Hello, I'm going to look at the price of Bitcoin, some historical context in relation to the halvings. So each run has diminishing returns. Okay, so first bull market, about 48,000%, nearly 50,000%, and then it went down, 86% after that. So it went from $1,100 all the way back down to 150. And then it bottomed, and by the time it got to the next halving, it had already risen 300%. Right, and then we had from this bottom to top 12,000%, and it topped out December 18. Not quite 2 years, a year and a bit after the halving, and then a kind of an extended bear market. But it bottomed, what's this, Jan 15, July 16. So this was about 18 months. Bottomed 18 months before the next halving. This time it bottomed, so December 18, May 20. Less than 18 months, about 18 months, again before the halving, and rose 200%. At one point it was actually up 300%, but from the bottom to the halving, 220%. So this time, if we bottom, so about 18 months from May 20, so that'll put us at the end of this year, right? So, well, about November, if it's exactly the same again, which it probably isn't. But so if we bottom between now, in the next 3 months, potentially we could bottom on the 200-week moving average, which by then will be about, between about 23,000. If we hit it in a few months, we're pretty on track for hitting it pretty soon. Look at this. But let's just say around August we hit it. Then, so it was diminishing returns, so 300%, about 200, so about 350, 220, so we'll do about 110, right? So that means that if we bottom out now, and history repeats itself, by 2024, we could be back up around 50k, and it looks something like this, and we'd be ready for the next run. So, based on history, that is a likely scenario, right? So I don't know, chop around, bottom, and then let's just say chop around maybe for a year or so, 18 months, and then this is when the next kind of parabolic run starts, right? The other thing is with the diminishing returns. So each cycle, because of market cap, right? It's back here, if the market cap's $100 million, it only takes $100 million of inflow to double the price, which is why you get bigger returns. Now, being around $1 trillion market cap, to double the price, it requires $1 trillion. So the diminishing returns also means diminishing losses. So from top to bottom on this bear market, Bitcoin was down 86%, whereas currently we're down 63, and to the 200-week moving average, it's only 67. But as you can see, we get closer. So, so the prior market top was 1150 here, and then we only come down to 3,000. Well, we come down to 3,000. So there was another. If you look here, another 63% you'd have to come down from there to hit the prior high. Whereas this time, because there was diminishing returns, it's become a lot easier to come down and touch the prior high, right? So I'm not really ruling that out, to be honest. Like, I mean, the 200-week moving average has been a good guide, but during COVID we wicked below it for, that's a couple of weeks we were below, and it pumped up, right? I mean, I was going to say people aren't getting out of bed for a wick, but you would on that occasion, I was definitely out of bed for those 2 wicks. So even if it is 2 weeks, we could potentially wick down, and that was, let's have a look. It was 27% below. Did I do that right? Let's double check I did that right. Turn this magnet off. Yeah, around 27-30% below the 200-week moving average. So if we were to do that, so over here, and we went down 30%, that would be 16K. So given the macroeconomic conditions right now and inflation troubles and all that stuff, there is a potential for a week or two to be sub 20K. And that could mean 16K, it could mean 12K. So that is a potential if we wick down. Yeah, so that is a potential that we do that, and that's the new bottom. And then it just looks like this on the weekly chart, right? Where it's just the wicks that move down, and the base of the candle stays above the 200-week moving average. And I think that is potentially on the cards here. So the most sensible projection I can make from this, right, by just kind of projecting what's happened in the past into the future. And past performance is never, well, not always an indication of future performance, right? But, we'll do it in this case for a bit of fun. That looks likely, right? Like, who knows what this line will look like? I mean, if it's the same as this, we actually copy this and move it forward. Oh. So we can grab this and say move it to there. And I can delete that. Delete that. Hey, I've ruined it. So, if that happened, let's actually say that we do come down to about 16. Come down to about 16. So, let's say that this happens, right? We could pump back up to 55, come back down to 20, and then that would get us in line for the next halving. Like that would be a copy paste of here. I don't think that's going to be the case though. I think it would potentially be more like this one. So we'll grab this one and have a bit of a squiz. Just because I don't see things getting better soon. Right? I don't see. There we go. We'll redraw this line. Yeah, like inflation's pretty bad. Shit's pretty bad currently. So, and it's likely to be for the next 3-6 months at least, right? So, I don't really see shit getting good for a while. So, let's say we do this. That would put us at between 20, the low 20s. Let's move this up a little bit. So we sit on top of the moving average. Move it back a bit. Yeah, so let's say we do that. That would bring us down to 18K-ish. I'll bring it down to 16. No, I won't. I'll leave it there. And then we hang out along the 200-week moving average for quite a while, until next year potentially, before we start the run. So this would put us, well, around April or May 2023, when the run kind of starts up to 60, and then by May 24, we're good to go. Good to go again. So we'll have a look at that. That's honestly probably potentially my best or my most likely scenario. Something like this. I might even draw some nice wicks in for everyone. So maybe we come back up here. Maybe retest that high. And then boom. Potentially something like that. So we could even potentially something like that. So I'd plan your dollar cost averaging around something like this. I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't be going all in right now. I wouldn't, panic that you need to buy now because we'll never see these prices again. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the case will be something very similar to this. So yeah, that'll do, I guess. That will do. Yeah. I guess it's not bad news, right? It's not bad news. It's annoying if you bought up here, and you didn't sell, but just you can, if you believe in Bitcoin, which I assume you do because you're watching this fucking video, then some buys under 20, low 20s, all incredible. This is all pretty incredible value range, like mid to low 20s, insane. Like anything around this 200-week moving average is insane. Anything around here, under is just like an absolute gift from God. Anything under, just always leave some funds on the side. Don't go all in, because shit can go lower than you think, right? And it can always go higher than you think, but in this scenario, we're looking down. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Peace out.